at Lebanon Valley College. Today, I'm joined by one of our Rocket League players, Andrew Blarnf, Fite. How are you doing today, Andrew?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. How are you doing?
It's a great day to have a great day, as Michael always says to me. I know he didn't say it last podcast, but I know it's in his heart every single time he's there.
Maybe he wasn't having a good day that day.
That's a good point. It could have been possible. He might not have been having a good day. You never know.
You never know.
All right, so what we're going to start with is your thoughts on the team. Obviously, you're just the sub for the team, and we'll get into that a bit later. But first, I want to talk about their performance over the past week. They went 1-1 on Monday. They played Oklahoma Christian and lost that series, and then they played Illinois State and won that series. So, what were your thoughts on that performance on Monday?
I was more tuned into the first series against Oklahoma Christian. Very good team that they faced there. Big fan of Butter. I thought his theming, great. Yellow car with the butter explosion.
I didn't even think about
with
that.
the popcorn explosion. Yeah, he had great theming. And, just really close series. Really unfortunate 0-second goals in 2 of the games.
Yeah.
Which I feel like if those didn't happen, we would have won.
That's hard.
But that's besides the point. And with the second series, didn't exactly see much of it, but I know we won. And, I think we had a little bit of pent-up anger from the last series. So really got to unleash that into the next one.
Was. I don't have my stat book here on the desk with me, but I do remember from the Oklahoma Christian series, both teams scored 12 goals, exactly. And both teams had 8 assists, I believe, on those 12 goals. So that should show you how close that series was. It was almost a reverse sweep, too. They tried to come back and fell short. But, yeah, I think those 0-second goals were insane.
They were very crazy.
I've very rarely seen 0-second goals to begin with, and we got 2 of them back-to-back in the same series.
And it wasn't even some simple tap-in. It was like it went back and forth across the field probably 4 times before it even went in. And
at 0 seconds, I mean, that just doesn't happen. And I do remember I overheard Tyler talk about it. I didn't really talk to him directly, but I remember overhearing him. He mentioned, like, they need to be killing the ball in those situations especially because it started on the other end, too. And both times, I'm pretty sure it started on that other half of Oklahoma Christian, and then it just came back to them. And so I think there's definitely something to look into for that as well.
Yeah, I know, especially, at least in my play style, I'm a very cautious player. Like, if I don't have at least, like, 90% certainty that I'm going to do something, I'll back off of it. So just in that situation, just kill it.
Yeah.
As soon as you know that you might lose it, there's no point in risking it.
Exactly. Obviously, that's easier said than done, especially when you're looking back at it like the perspective we have right now. But definitely some of the team needs to improve on in the future, and they'll have more improvements, obviously, as we go through. So as a whole, though, even including scrims and all of that, what are some things that you might be seeing that the team could be improving on or that they're doing well?
I mean, honestly, some things that I could see us improving upon. That's tough because those 3 all work really cohesively together, and they work very well together. But honestly, I'd say just in terms of the last two series, I'd say the one thing they needed to work on was infield passes because I really saw almost none of that. At least in the first series. And I feel like that was just a missed opportunity because they kept trying to get wall passes and it was just kept getting blocked. So infield passes, definitely, because there's really no way to defend those, especially if you get like a passing play going. And other than that, I don't know, just being able to avoid demos also, which I know they've been talking a lot about that, which they have been working on. Thankfully, but
I do remember seeing the stats. This is like a week or 2 ago, or this was from their activation matches. But if I remember correctly, it was either Sam or Matt that was taking a ton of demos. Like the other 2 players on the team had less demos taken combined than I think it was Matt. I don't want to be blatant about that because I don't remember off the top of my head, but demos definitely something to look for. I know it's been bread and butter, too, for the infield passing. I mean, you remember last year where Mason, Dylan, Tyler, they worked so well together with that. And that's kind of been a staple of Rocket League here at Lebanon Valley. So I think playing into that more would be very beneficial. Of course, they have a lot of time to improve upon it. There's a plethora of competition this year, so they definitely have some time to work on it. But I want to transition over to the more general side of things. So placement in NECC, if you saw my whole like not freaking out, but like constantly typing at like 2 a.m. in the Discord.
Very aware.
Yeah, initially this team was placed in challengers. In fact, in the same division as Team 2, just on the other side. And then they ended up filling a champion spot. So thoughts on that initial placement and then moving up.
I just want to say this NECC, that was absolutely blasphemy. Our Team 2 lost all of their placements in activation. We won all of them, and you placed us in the same division. Blasphemy. Anyways, I think we were honestly, I know Tyler was very mad. I was more shocked than anything that they would do that, especially with some of the teams that they did put in challengers that we've been known to be much better than.
Yeah.
Which thankfully they fixed it. But yeah, just a whole lot of problems going on at NECC, like even more than just placement issues.
Yeah, I had this exact conversation with Mike last week. I have words, man. I don't understand it. They put you guys in the same division as not only Team 2. Team 2 has not been having a good year. I'll be the first one to say it. Sorry, guys.
I have an insider scoop. There's a lot of inner turmoil on that team, but
yeah, I'm sure.
I was on that team last semester and decided it was time for a new change. That's all I would say.
When does Team 3 come back, man? I want to see Brian again. I want to see Brian playing, man. I don't give a shit what your rank is. I want to see Brian back on the pitch. I know it's because he's busy. That's why he's not playing. But get back in it, Brian. I believe in you, man. But yeah, I don't know if I even have words for. I understand. So Rainbow Six getting put out of Legends, fine, whatever. Even though the team that they beat twice in the same season, got moved up to Legends, whatever. But you guys getting moved down to Challengers after being one map away from going to the playoffs, disrespectful is an understatement in my opinion. I just can't believe it that was even the thought to begin with. I will say I'm glad that they made the decision to move you guys back. If for those of you unaware, they replaced Concordia St. Paul in the Champions Midwest B division. So they were initially in Challengers Northeast A or something like that, or Northeast B.
Something like that.
And Concordia St. Paul ended up dropping down to Challengers. I don't think that team was supposed to be in Champs. I think they just misplaced them like they did with us. And so they did fix it, and they fixed it pretty quickly. But it was after we already had rescheduled like 2 matches. So like we had to go and reschedule a reschedule. But yeah, not great, but not the end of the world either. Just kind of weird how that ended up happening.
I feel like NECC has kind of exploded in the last couple years, and they just don't know how to handle the increase in popularity that their company has received.
I think that's a fair assessment. And I actually just had this conversation earlier with Vince, our athletic communications director. Esports and collegiate is such a hard thing to manage and a hard thing to deal with on both the communications end and on the management side because of the way that it's expanded so much. I mean, hell, I looked through it to make sure that this was correct because it was absurd last year. Sac State, they have 6 Valorant teams. 7, actually.
7.
They had 12 last year. They have more players in Valorant alone. They have teams in every other title and multiple teams in every other title.
Yeah.
They have 7 Valorant teams. That's more than we have in our entire program. Our program has 21 players right now.
Yeah, and we have 2 teams right now.
Yeah, we have 2 Rocket League teams, and then we have
R6 team.
And then we have Smash. It's just we're not covering them as heavily this year.
Yeah.
So, I understand the scaling is becoming an issue, but I think also the people that are in those positions are struggling a bit to understand their role, understand the full gravity of what what they're supposed to do as well.
I feel like if anything, they need to hire more people, and just the workload that they have is too big for their britches.
Yeah, and esports not being profitable is something that these orgs need to start understanding, and that's just not in their headspace right now. And I think that's a big issue too. But now we can put that to bed for now. We can come back to Rocket League a bit later. Ish. So right now, I want to kind of get to know you a bit better. Obviously, we've known each other for 2-3 years now, something like that. But I want to get to know the Andrew before here LVC. So how did you get to where you're at today? You can go all the way back. I mean, you've watched these, you understand what this question is. But
Yeah.
So just take me through your time before here.
I mean, when did I start playing video games? It was probably when I was like 5, 6. Had one of the old school DSs, the like chunky ones.
Oh, the big ones.
Yeah, I had one of those. Had Pokemon and like that. It's kind of where it all started, I guess. I was just an avid Nintendo fan for a good ladder until like middle school, like 12, and then I think I got a PS4 that year.
I love PS4. That's
and nice pre-owned because it had already been out for like 6 years at that point. But and then I started playing more, I guess, adult games. I was playing GTA, Rainbow Six, and I really didn't play Rocket League until like 2017. Like, what was that? Freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
And
for you,
yeah, and it was always just a casual thing for me. But when I was looking for colleges and I looked at LVC and I saw that it had an esports program.
How'd you find that?
I literally looked on your guys' just athletics page because I actually did an ID camp here for soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and while I was scrolling through the sports page, I just saw the esports column, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Well, yeah, and now, like, what is it? Because I did the ID camp in, like, sophomore year.
Yeah.
And, so it just kind of glazed over. But once I started looking for colleges and I came back to this college, I was like, oh, why not, like, fill out the recruitment form for it? Just see what happens. Like, even though I was probably, like, Diamond 1 at the time.
Yeah.
Wasn't very good. But after I got accepted, Dave, like, Shapiro reached out by email. And he's like, hey, just letting you know, I'd like to offer you an esports scholarship if you come here. And I thought that was pretty cool. So, it kind of influenced my decision on where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for you guys, I am here because I got waitlisted from Syracuse.
You could have played Rocket League there.
No. They actually just officially made an esports team.
Yeah, I know. Ben actually is. He's going to take a gap year after this year,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll be their support player. For
Okay.
He's like full rided to go there.
Nice. I wish.
Yeah, I know. Same. I wish. I mean, I can get full rided too, but different school for different job.
Yeah. But back to my little story here. So yeah, got waitlisted from Syracuse, and so I decided to come here and be on the esports team. And originally, I was like the worst one on the team. I think I was Diamond 2, Diamond 3, but nice help from my friend Mason Magars. Helped me get better. That's the right word. And just trying to get better since, and I'm here now.
So what year did you come in? 21?
Yeah, I came in 2021 fall.
So who was the team at that time? Was it Tyler, Dylan, Sam, or was that when Mason took his break? Or no, that was Mason's senior year, right?
Yeah, it was my sophomore year that he took his break.
Okay.
The team 1, it was Dylan, Mason, Tyler. I'm pretty sure.
So yeah.
No, wait, no.
Wait, no.
No, because Tyler was taking his break.
Yeah, that was when Tyler was on his break. So it was Matt, Dylan, Mason, right?
It wasn't Matt. I forget who it was.
Or no, yeah, because Matt came in the same year you did.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Who was the third then? I'm trying to think. Because
It might have. Was it Bryce?
It might have been. Oh, I think it was, or was yeah, I think it was Bryce, and then Matt was like the sub or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because 21 was when you guys went to Iowa.
Um,
Well, not you weren't there.
yeah, no, I didn't go,
The
but
team one went to Iowa, and that was I do remember Matt was part of that trip. I don't know who played, but it was either him or Bryson then that was on that team. That's a
yeah, no,
throwback of a roster right there.
yeah, no. The last 2 years, I was a nice Team 2 fanboy.
Team two mainstay, if you will.
Didn't want to move up in the world, but I'm here now.
So I want to talk about that actually. So you played for Team 2 your first 2, 3. You played last year.
Like 2.5.
2.5
Yeah.
years there. So was there a reason? Did you like intentionally want to stay on Team 2, or was that more of just trying out for Team 1 was not gonna work out?
Honestly, the last 2.5 years, I personally just thought I wasn't good enough for Team 1. Even as a sub, I thought like if they did need me, I would not have been good enough to fill in the role of whoever I was filling in for. So I just decided by myself that I would stay on Team 2 and try to get better. But I feel like now I am sort of good enough to be at least the sub. And also I feel like it was just a nice change of scenery for me.
Yeah. So it was more of just you didn't believe that you would fit in that role. Well,
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. I do understand, especially that team of Mason, Dylan, and Tyler, to be honest, at least in my opinion, was sometimes intimidating for teams to look at because like they are all decently well known in collegiate solely because they just have friends everywhere. So
Yeah.
like I think eventually it got to a point where like it wasn't ideal to be Team 1 sub at a time, and I understand because Bryson was there too for their sub spot pretty much his whole career here
Yeah.
for most of it. So yeah, I get that. So what was the experience of Team 2? Because I don't really know much about Team 2 personally. So how was that for you?
I mean, honestly, Team 2 is a lot more of a fun time. We take it a lot less serious. It's more of a like, we don't get upset if we lose, but we're happy if we win, kind of thing. But just depending on who you're talking to on Team 2, they'll probably have a different answer. But me personally, I just use it as a learning experience to try and get better.
It was more of like a building block to work towards Team 1 rather than just, oh, I'm here on another team.
Yeah.
Okay. I do like that. I like that mindset though, because that's kind of, at least in my opinion, that would be the goal of the team. Kind of build up your future players, have them play in a less serious format, then work up to Team 1. And it was kind of tough for anyone to get into Team 1 when you had Mason and Dylan. I mean, both had been here for what was like 8 years, it felt like.
Yeah.
Especially Dylan. I'm sorry, bro, but you took way too long.
Super senior.
Super duper senior. That was Bo Nix right there. The Bo Nix of Rocket League is what I'm gonna call him, honestly. So I wanted to go back to it because I don't think I really mentioned it much. But how did you find Rocket League specifically? Because you mentioned gaming as a whole, but how did you find Rocket League?
Oh boy. I'm gonna be honest. Do you remember who Neat Mike is?
I've never heard of him.
What a YouTuber, man. Yeah, no, I was watching this. I was watching YouTube, and this YouTuber came up on my For You page, and it was a YouTuber called Neat Mike, and he made Rocket League videos with do you know John Sandman?
I've heard of that name.
Yeah, no, he made it. He made Rocket League videos with him, and it was like early Rocket League, like 2017, like I mentioned, and that those videos is what originally got me playing. Because I was just watching them, I'm like, oh, that game seems fun, so I bought it. Back when it still costed money. Epic Games. And yeah, so that's basically just how it started.
So, So I want to talk a bit more now about your journey to Team 1. Obviously, we just discussed how you played for Team 2 for so long. So you tried. Was this the first time you tried out for Team 1?
First time I tried out.
So what was that grind like getting to this point that you felt you could compete with Team
1? I mean, I feel like I knew that I had made the right decision when during tryouts I was playing with them and I was able to keep up. for the most part. So yeah, just being able to keep up with them, I knew that it was the right decision that I had made, and just I don't know, I guess when you said the road or whatever that I took, even after practice had ended with Team 2, I would usually stay on for about like 30, 45 minutes,
Yeah.
play a little bit of extra by myself, and just see what I can make happen. And I usually did that almost every practice. So just
So
putting
it's
in a
about
little bit of
getting more playing time in, even
Mhm.
if it's not with the main team or
Yeah.
Team 2 at the time.
hmm
And I also see that you've been streaming off and on. Is that something you do with like because of playing for Team 2? Is that something you started before? What's the behind that?
I mean, I've always streamed off and on since like high school,
Okay,
and I don't know, it's just been something fun for me to do. It's
like a
all,
side thing.
yeah, it's also helpful, especially when we're scrimmaging or we're in a match. Um, I'm able to go back and like watch what I did
Yeah,
and see like if I'm able to remember like a specific mistake I did, I can go back, watch it, and like try to see like what I could do better.
yeah, like a personal VOD review.
Yeah,
Basically.
exactly.
All right, so that was actually a pretty good talk. I had always been interested in the way you took yourself into playing for Team 2 for so long, and then eventually making that switch to Team 1. Because as we've discussed a few times. I personally think you should have been on Team 2 or Team 1, sorry, before this moment. But I've been really excited to watch you. Obviously, you're not starting, but I've always been excited to watch you specifically move up. I mean, you're down here all the time. I mean, I used to spend literally 12, 13-hour days down here, and like you come in for a few hours, hang out, do whatever. So I think that journey has always been one of the more intriguing ones for me. It's similar to the way I found Michaels, except Michaels he started competing, was basically at a pro player level, and then stopped playing. And for you, it was kind of the opposite. You just had to keep playing. You had to keep grinding, make your way up, and now you're here. And next year, you could even be a captain. I think there's genuine potential for you to be a captain on Team 1. So I think it's been really fun, honestly, and really intriguing watching you. Even though I haven't been able to watch most of your games because I'm not supposed to stream them. But
Yeah.
I streamed a few.
Shout out to next Thursday. I might be playing.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a story about. Oh, is that
Reschedule issue?
was that the Carthage game, or is that a different team?
I think it's Carthage.
Because that's.
But
NECC.
I know the only time they were able to reschedule was Thursday next week, and
Yeah, I think that's the one Tyler was telling me.
Sam might not be able to play. So.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that could be a Team 1 debut, right? Because you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Play for them before.
Team 1 debut.
I'm very intrigued by that one. I will say obviously I will because I talk with everybody, but I'll be keeping my eye on that one. So let's talk about this weekend. Of course, we leave tomorrow, so like this recording ain't gonna go up until Wednesday, and results will already have been decided by then.
Yeah.
But let's start with initial thoughts for the team going into this event.
Initial thoughts.
Even as the sub.
I mean, I took a look at the list of teams that are going to be there. A lot of good teams are going to be showing up. I know University of New Haven, good team. University of Dayton, good team. Central Florida, I don't know how they are, but I'm assuming they're good.
I'm not sure either, actually, but yeah, that'd be my guess.
It's a big school. They're probably good.
They're good.
But yeah, no, I think we have good expectations going in, especially with the group that we got placed in. I feel like we have a good chance of making it into the upper bracket for the playoffs in the second day. But just good expectations. I'm gonna be there, just their personal little cheerleader.
Yeah.
I'll get the pom poms going.
That's what Bryce was last year. It was fun. So, speaking of the group, while we're here, Group B. It is Group B that we are placed in. It's us, obviously. I think it's LBU, which I think is like Lubbock.
Lubbock Christian, yeah.
Yeah, Lubbock Christian, Dayton Blue. I don't know if that's their main team or their second team.
I think it's their second.
Because there's Dayton Red, and I think that might be their main team.
Because I'm pretty sure our logo is red, so I would feel like the red team is their main.
Yeah. So Dayton Blue, and we get the hosts of the event, Virginia Wesleyan. So I'm curious about those, especially that Lubbock team, because Tyler's been telling me they are insane. They have like a top 100 player on their team, so
That's easy peasy for us.
easy.
Yeah,
I could see it.
mark my words.
Of course. Also, we as in probably me and Tyler probably a little bit on his end too. We'll be recording pretty much everything. I will be taking the camera that's being used to record this.
Mhm.
I have a microphone for that. I have wireless microphones for my phone. I have all sorts of equipment I'll be carrying with us. Jordan's gonna be like, "Why are all these bags?" for tomorrow going into the car, but. I'm really excited. I think it'll be a really fun event. Last year was incredible. I know you weren't there, but last year was really, really fun. Also, I want to mention 2 main stage matches for this team.
Mhm.
How are we feeling about that? We get Dayton Blue on the main stage at 11 a.m. and Lubbock at 5:30 p.m. It's going to be a long day of Rocket League.
I think the Lubbock game is going to be an absolute screamer, especially with it being on the main stage.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to feel like 2 titans go against each other.
Do you think it'll have that similar feel to the GMU one from last year?
Yeah, I think so. Probably.
I could see it. I think that would be incredible. The chants were insane. I mean, it got a bit out of hand with some of the GMU people, but I don't think they'll be there this year. So, or at least some of their fans will probably not be there this year.
Oh yeah, because GMU is going to be there this year, isn't it? Aren't they?
Yeah, they're. I think they're the favorites because they won last year. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I was told King Tornado isn't gonna be there. It's sad, man. Big Wade, I'm gonna miss you, bro. I know we didn't even speak, but man, you seemed cool as hell, and I remember we hung out with them for a little bit.
Oh really?
They were really fun people. It does kind of suck that they won't be there, but I don't even know if they have the same roster anymore, anyways.
I've got absolutely no clue.
I don't either because I don't follow Collegiate Rocket League.
Yeah, no, you know just as much as I do.
Yeah, exactly. Also, speaking of, it's going to be a long day. Like I said, 11 a.m. is your first match.
And
you guys start on the main stage.
And check-in is at 8 a.m.
Yeah. I saw it. Jordan put 7 to 8 a.m. as check-in. He's like, I want to get there towards 7 because I want to get there early. And I'm like,
dude, our game isn't until 11. We don't need to be there early.
Well, we have to because check-in is 7 to 8. I'm just like,
yeah, but like,
I'm assuming we're not the first group playing. I don't know, but
like, no, there's teams playing at like 9.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's kind of what I figured. I just was very confused. I was like, why do we have to be there like 7 a.m. and just wait until 11? It's fine because then we can warm up and stuff. But like, it's such an early morning because we have to drive down tomorrow, and it's like, and you guys are stopping at GMU tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not getting there till like 9 p.m. So
it's gonna be not a long night because 9 p.m. is not that late.
Well, we're leaving at like 9 a.m.
Yeah,
getting there at 9 p.m.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, it's because Sam has a race over at GMU, correct?
Yep, that is correct.
So that'll be a long day, I'm sure, for me and Jordan. We're not leaving until like 11, so we'll get there at like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what is it? At the event also, you'll have your personal little cameraman here because I have an assignment for my photography class to take photos.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I have a nice little SLR camera, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be huge. I'll be asking for use of that. You saw some of the pictures I had last year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an incredible event. Virginia Wesleyan, awesome hosts. Their staff, the players that they have are really nice. They're good people. Their staff is really cool, and like their campus is a gated campus actually.
Really?
So we have to. That's what if you read the itinerary that Jordan made, we have to go to the gate because that's the only way you can get in. It's a gate. You have to tell security why you're there. They have security guards. Like we have Pub Safe. They have security guards. Like it's a really beautiful campus though. The thing that will suck, I think we are playing at least a game or two there. There's a room literally on the opposite end of their campus from everything else that they use for matches. So like, you'll play like 1 or 2 matches. They have to walk all the way back.
Is that one of the places they use for matches?
Yes, because that's where we played New Haven there last year.
You know, because I know they're using 2 places. They're using main stage and then the one other place. Is that the other place?
The way that it's set up is their main stage is in their gym.
Okay.
So you can literally walk up the stairs of like where the people will be sitting.
Yeah.
And you're at like their lounge area, and from that lounge area, you take a left, go all the way back a singular hallway. Their esports room, which is where other matches are played, is right there on the right.
Okay.
And then you get the third room is on the opposite, and it's literally like a long walk. It's like a 5-minute walk just to get to the other room where there's just like 3 setups for team, or like 3 setups for matches. So like 2 teams across from each other, which I love that atmosphere. By the way, I love sitting across from other teams. I don't know how you are. You haven't really played on LAN much, right?
Yeah, no, the one LAN that we went to,
Philly.
yeah, the Philly LAN, that was a fun time. Sitting across from the people you're playing, especially on team 2, we were playing some like really good team.
You're playing like Air Force or something.
No,
no,
I think we did play one of the militaries, but that's not the one we're talking about. Who was it? Their mascot's like a bird. I forget who it is.
There's a lot of bird mascots.
It's like blue and white.
Ooh.
Yellow eye.
Yellow eye.
Yeah. Anyways.
Juniata?
No.
No, they wouldn't have even had a team at the time.
I think it starts with an S, but whatever. Yeah, we were playing them. They had really good players, and we took we took like one of their games off of them out of the whole series. Like they pummeled us, but
3-1.
yeah, no, we took one game off of them. It went like 7 minutes into overtime.
7.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then we scored, and then we screamed at them from across the table.
Dude, I'm one of the guys that like I've played on LAN before. I've stood up and yelled at pro players. When I went to the Halo event in Philly with our Halo team, we were getting obliterated. I got like 2 kills, and I just stood up and looked over at the other at literal like it is pro players sitting next on the other side.
Yeah. I
stand up and look at them, and I'm like, I don't know why I did that. that was not smart. I went like 2 and I think those were my only 2 kills of the entire map. I went like 2 and 30, and I'm just trying to talk, and I'm like, well, I have no right. I'm just a college student. And I don't even deserve to be on this team, much less sitting across from a put together pro team that just obliterated us.
Yeah.
We went up 10-0 on the Slayer map 2, and we lost 50-10. They walked over to us and were like, you guys came out with some fire on map 2. And we were like, well, we still lost. We still lost by 40. Like, it didn't matter. We didn't get a kill for like 5 straight minutes. Like, we were getting spawn trapped. But yeah, I love LAN. Best environment in esports. You get the crowd. It doesn't even have to be a big crowd. 10, 20, 30 people.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And the VWU kids loved us last year. They were the ones chanting for us
really?
To beat GMU. Because like GMU was probably the favorites going in as well.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point of the day, I think we obliterated New Haven. We beat them like 9-1 in game 2 or something. And
really?
Like it was bad. They looked like they didn't know what they were doing. And like this year, I know they're probably going to be hunting for us, even though they're not in our group.
Well, I know their one player's like an SSL.
Martine?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tyler's good friends with Martine.
Okay.
We were supposed to meet with them last year outside the hotel, guys. You flaked on us. Come on. We were supposed to hang out with them, and then they're like, "Oh, we got flights to catch in the morning." Well,
maybe
push your flight back.
Maybe don't fly to a LAN.
Don't fly. I don't know. Just drive. Anyways, whatever. That's other stuff. But yeah, excited to leave tomorrow. Very hyped to get to see the VW people again. Hyped to have you on LAN. I know you probably won't play, but I mean, getting to have you around this time. It's a whole new team too, except for Tyler. Unfortunately, Tyler.
Yeah.
It's a whole new team. So like, new dynamic to be on LAN. Interested to see how it goes because this team hasn't played together on LAN. I don't think. No, because when Hood was here, it was Tyler, Ace, and Dylan. So.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to start working on the closeout here of the show. Do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give for yourself on social media, people, whatever?
Shout out to Kirby. Shout out to my girlfriend, Olivia. Shout out to, I don't know, Lanchettes. And shout out to everybody else.
We do get Lanchettes. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Also, I have one question for you.
For me?
Yeah. 1 billion lions or every Pokemon, like against each other.
Fight against them?
No, like 1 billion lions fighting every single Pokemon. Who wins?
I mean, I feel like Charizard could beat most of them by himself. He flies and then just fire.
Good point.
and that's just Charizard. I mean, you're talking. You gotta talk about like Venusaur, who's just like a walking tree, basically. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and define all Pokemon. Is it one
Like
region?
like one Pokemon, like one per Pokemon. So,
Okay,
but every Pokemon.
dude, there's like 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, I mean, dude, don't get me started on the ice cream cone. The ice cream cone Pokemon from Kalos. Sorry, I can't remember its name. I'll put a picture of it here. But the ice cream Pokemon from Kalos, it doesn't do anything. It just sits there. But I mean, that's intimidating. Bro. The thing has beady eyes. It's just like staring at me.
Yeah.
If I was a lion, I'd be petrified. I wouldn't want to go up against a Charizard. I mean, who wants to go up against a Charizard? You see that thing on the other side, and you're like, all right, I'm packing my bags. I'm going home. I'm getting back just in time for dinner. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm calling it a day there. Is that what your answer to the question would be?
Yeah. No, that's my answer too. So.
I had a feeling. It's just, it feels a bit lopsided. Even 1 million lions.
1 billion.
1 billion.
Yeah.
That's a lot, but I mean, still, Pokemon are Pokemon. You can't go against that. All right, that is going to do it, though, for us today. Thank you guys for watching the show. It means the world to me, as it always does. Go follow us on Twitter and Instagram at LVC_esports on both those platforms. Subscribe to us here on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. If you're not, if you're just listening to the audio here, then go to youtube.com/@LVCesports, and you will find our YouTube channel there. So go subscribe and go follow, or not follow, but just be checking up regularly on GoDutchman.com, which we did actually talk about earlier, which is not something I expected. But GoDutchman.com/sports/esports to go directly to our page, or you can go to the GoDutchman.com website and navigate if you really want. Also, LVC Lavie, which is if you're a student here on our campus, that's the student-ran newspaper. I'm a writer for it, so go check out. Actually, today the new Lavie edition came out, and we have an article about the land this weekend in that paper. So go grab a copy or go to the Lavie website. If you just type in LVC Lavie in Google, it'll bring it up. It's a WordPress site, so can't really put links. Also, I'll put links down below in the YouTube video. If you want to go, just click on the link, go there, and it'll take you straight to the pages. But yeah, that'll do it for us today. Thank you guys all for watching. Thank you, Andrew, for coming on today.
No problem.
It's been a busy day for me, so I'm glad I could fit this into the schedule. And yeah, that'll do it. We'll catch you guys here next week, which I don't even remember who I'm bringing on next week, so I can't announce my guest. But you guys will find out in a week who I bring on next. We'll catch you guys later.